I really appreciate you being here, and it really is an honor to share with you one of the creations that for me has been a big blessing in my own life and has been a real passion for me to bring some of the core ideas of human development and human potential forward. So today's session is Break the Habit, Session A. And the wonderful thing about this paraliminal is that it starts out with a statement that is absolutely opposed to the title of the program. You see, it says, break the habit. And the first thing I say is, you can't break a habit. You can only establish a new one. Now, there's a very important principle inside of that statement. You see, a habit is something that you run unconsciously. It just goes. It does, it motivates you, it gives you impulses, it causes you a certain set of behaviors. There's thinking involved, there's feelings involved, and there's actions involved. And many of them are triggered out of consciousness. It's not something that you consciously pay attention to. But at some point in our lives, don't we recognize, ooh, that's really not serving me. If this particular behavior continues out, my life is not going to turn out the way I would like it to. And that's a real key here. You see, if your future self, having lived with the negative consequences of these behaviors, could come and tell you, look at what you've done to me. Look at how you've limited your future. Look at the prices that you've had to pay. Look at what it's cost you. What if, way back then, you had shifted and you had done something more life-enhancing? You wouldn't be living in a state of regret. Well, wouldn't it be nice if that future self could come? And the truth is, that future self is here right now. You are looking at behaviors, impulses, addictions that you've been engaging in that have not served you. And now it's time to make a shift. But you see, it's almost impossible to change a behavior by focusing on the behavior you don't want. And so I use the analogy of, don't think of a big pink elephant. Wait, you just did. I told you not to do that. Why did you just do that? Another way to think about this is of the paradox. If I say to you, be spontaneous right now, just be spontaneous. Well, you can't because now you're thinking about it. No. I mean, be yourself. Just be yourself. How could I be anyone other than myself? What are you talking about? I'm feeling these tensions. That's why I'm behaving in this way. How do I not feel these feelings? Well, you can't not do anything. You can't not behave. You can't not feel. You can't not think. You can only think of something else, something more productive, something more beneficial, something more life-enhancing that will guide your life to the results that you want. So in this session, Break the Habit A. There's a B side that we're going to be talking about next. But on this A session, what this is about is becoming very clear that now is the time when you're ready to make this shift. You want to shift towards something else. And it helps you to envision the negative behavior that you've been engaging in and allow that to go behind you, become very small, and then bring in the positive, much bigger, richer, and more vivid for you so that you really get, this is what I am going for. Now, any time that we just decide that something is going to change, what we have is a certain amount of internal momentum that's always driving the old behavior. And so it's very common that you could make the decision and say, okay, I'm done with it right now. I am over it. Complete. Finished. Done. It's over. And in a few hours, a part of you is going, hey, you could engage in that old behavior again. And so session B is a bit of what I might call compulsivity training, which is to get past the compulsion to do that old behavior. But first, you need to establish where it is you're going. You can't break a habit, you can only establish a new one. So what is it that you're truly desiring? What is the new life-enhancing path of your life that you're ready to get on board with and start traveling on? Because once you do, there's no stopping you. You can do anything that you set your mind upon. And what's essential is that your mind and your emotions and your actions are all in alignment and living congruently in the direction of the goal that you've selected. So listen to this particular paraliminal and become very clear about what it is you're choosing to create. Not only will I assist you in living into that future and connecting to it, but you're also going to be gaining access to the resources, the strengths, the gifts, the talents, the resolve, the motivation necessary to get you where you're choosing to go. It's a wonderful session, and let me say you can use it for literally any kind of behavior you're engaging in. If it's an addiction of some kind, where there is a serious compulsion to engage in it, whether it's biochemical, emotional, mental, psychological, this will get you started. This session will really get you started in the direction you're choosing to head. And this is one of those sessions where you may recognize it's good to listen to this one for a couple of days to really choose and really get on board with where I'm going. Now, what's key here also is you don't have to make the change today. You have to establish the change that you're choosing to make. And as fully as you can, live into it, because then what happens is that future self comes back and cheers you on and says, yes, this is the difference you've made in our lives. This is how things turn out as a result. You're literally living your life today with your future self coaching you to do the life-enhancing move. Hope that makes sense. It's a wonderful session, and it breaks what I would call the paradoxical problems that we get ourselves into. How do you focus on getting to where you want to go without focusing on beating yourself up or punishing yourself or replaying or engaging in the negative emotions that have driven the old behavior in the past? Make a clean break. Past is over. Today is the beginning of a new way of living your life in a life-enhancing, positive, and successful manner. Have a wonderful day. Thanks very much for being a part of this. Look forward to seeing you again tomorrow. Peace and blessings.